Hi again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue. Well, as you can tell from behind me, yes, fall is here. Boy, what great weather to get out there and slap that ball around a little bit. And coming up on today's show, we're going to take a look at what local superintendents have done. You know, they've had a lot of problems at their own courses this year. Well, once again, they got together to help clean up Walnut Lane. That's the home of the First Tee program of Philadelphia. Also, you in the mood for a little Mexican food? We got the right spot. Rachel Riley takes us to Cantina Feliz in Fort Washington. You have enough aches and pains out there with your game when it comes to the game of golf? Well, we want to keep you nice and healthy. Another tip from a Rothman specialist. That and teed off. We're going to spout off with the panel next on Inside Golf.
Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirstteephiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. By the Haverford Trust Company. Quality is in our DNA. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA. Experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.
When I got back from the Gulf War, I was afraid to leave my house for 5 years. Clearview Hope and Renee Powell saved my life.
When I started Clearview Hope, I wanted to do all that I could to help our nation's women military veterans.
Renee, with golf, you have empowered all of us, and we just cannot thank you enough.
The best stories end in thanks. Share your story at ThanksPGAPro.com.
The First Tee of Greater Philadelphia, where golf is more than a game.
My name is Mike from Shriner Tree Care. I want to thank Mr. Tees for the opportunity to volunteer my services here today to remove some of the down hurricane brush at this golf course. Every year we give our time and services here to give back to the community, and here at Shriner Tree Care we really appreciate the opportunity, and we like to give back to our community every chance we get.
Well, that's Mike the tree guy. He's from the Shriner Tree Care Company, and he, along with some superintendents and assistant superintendents from the Philadelphia area, recently did a little cleanup. It's not the first time they've done it at Walnut Lane in Roxborough, and what a job they did.
We have a crew doing sod work on the greens. We have a crew here doing drainage work. We have 2 truckloads of chippers going from a Raider tree and Shriner tree. A lot of things going on. What we're seeing is, from a board member, it's allowing, taking a lot of expense away from running the club itself, where we're doing a lot of work that would cost a lot of money to bring people in to get it done, and bringing in professional experts to get this done. We're just getting tons of work that would take probably weeks if we were trying to do it on our own. We got a donation from Marion Golf Club, donated their old irrigation heads. So we have representatives from Ewing Irrigation here today cleaning up heads. So one of the hopes is down the road we're going to upgrade the irrigation system here at Walnut Lane so we can water as economically as possible. We also have representatives from Lawn and Golf, from Finch Services, from Plant Food. We have tons of people in the golf industry in Philadelphia who've come out to support this.
great how the local association, the PAGCS, Affiliate Association of Golf Course Superintendents, can get together and sponsor this day. They're really the reason that we're here. It gives us a chance to create relationships with the guys in the business. We got guys from Philly Cricket here. There's guys from Lehigh Country Club here. There's a lot of other local clubs here as well. And this is a local chance for us to volunteer and make a place better. They don't have the greatest budget here, and anything we can do to help preserve this place and make it better is key.
From Huntington Valley Country Club's aspect, we are proud to be out here and support a lower budget club to come out here to make a difference. We also support First Tee as well, and we're just proud to be out here as an industry and its camaraderie, you know, making a place better.
You know, they have a limited staff and they do the best that they can. They do a superb job with what they have. So for us to come in and give them a little bit more of a hand this day and get some jobs done that they sometimes don't have time to do, it's really helpful for both of them and rewarding for us, because it's fun. Some stuff that we don't get to do every day at our golf courses. You guys got this?
So the Walnut Lane Golf Club had struggled for many years, and when the First Tee considered running it, it was really dire circumstances and had been run into the ground. And you know, over the past 8 years, we've been able to improve the conditions, but it wouldn't have happened without the superintendent's assistance. In the first years, it was aerating, top dressing, all the greens and tees, overseeding. You know, now that we've made those improvements, we can do that ourselves, and we can fine-tune the golf course with special projects that happen today. But the golf course wouldn't be here without their help. The golf course would lose a couple $100,000 a year. This year, we're going to have a very successful year despite the challenging weather conditions, and we're just so thankful for the help that we get, and we want to make the most use of it and maximize those that come out to play golf and ensure that we have as many kids as possible utilizing this golf course that we're now proud of. We have numerous field trips. We have 11 middle school golf teams that play golf at Walnut Lane. We have 6 high school golf teams. So we want to utilize this resource and offer the local community opportunities for golf, but most importantly through the First Tee for our kids to learn life skills, to make them great citizens and set them up for success in life.
We're very lucky to have some help here. Once a year, this is the 8th season that we've done this volunteer day. Several other superintendents are out from other golf courses in the area to help us, and we really couldn't do what we do here without their help. It's a great day for us. We get a lot of work done. You know, this would take us years to do what we can do in a day with all these guys. We got chainsaws running. We're doing some sod projects here on our green, a couple drainage projects as well. I think we have about 35 volunteers today. So we do a good thing, give them a good lunch, and everybody here is happy to help, and we're happy to have them. Does a lot of good for our golf course.
The amount of work that gets done today, with over 40 individuals helping us out, who all have very tough jobs and had one of the most challenging summers on record. They're out here helping us and trying to give back. And you know, with the First Tee, we're trying to make good use of the resources and utilize the golf course and provide a golf course that is respectful to the local community that truly enjoy playing golf here. So we wouldn't be here without their support.
Thanks, Bill, and thanks for all you do for the First Tee program of Philadelphia. And kudos again to all the local superintendents and some of their staffs for what they did again at Walnut Lane. All right, are you hungry? Stay with us. More to come here on Inside Golf. A little Mexican food on the menu.
To help people see a whole new side of Mexican food.
Everyone knows the 5 senses.
But what if we told you
there's more? An elusive sensation.
Coaxed out only under ideal circumstances.
We can't fully describe it, but you'll know it.
When you feel it.
We call it the ultimate driving machine.
Take advantage of exceptional lease and finance offers today.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. You know, Montgomery County is loaded with some great golf courses and some very fine restaurants. How about a little Mexican? Here's the menu from a spot in Fort Washington from Rachel Riley.
That's right, Harry. On today's short drive, we're going to show you how Cantina Feliz here in Fort Washington puts the focus not just on the food, but having an exceptional Mexican experience.
You know, really everything we do is rooted in hospitality. When the guest walks through the front door or they're greeted by the host, you know, we want them to be happy and not have to lift a finger. You know, Feliz means happy, and you know, that's what we're going for when guests come in the restaurant, greeted by their servers, and see the amazing food or beverage presented in front of them. Yeah, what we do here at Cantina Feliz is really a modern take on Mexican food. It's, you know, the food is rooted in tradition, you know, the Mexican style of cooking, but we use modern ingredients and modern cooking techniques to, you know, really bring out the specialty of what we do.
Inspired by the flavors of Mexico, modern techniques bring out those tastes for lunch, dinner, drinks, dessert, and even for kids.
The drinks, as well as along with the food, is really rooted in freshness. We squeeze lime juice in-house at Cantina Feliz and all our locations to make the margaritas. We use you know, fresh fruit for you know, purees to enhance the flavors of our margaritas. Our signature margarita is really the Santana margarita, where we use 100% agave tequila, Sauza Hornitos Reposado. You know, it really gives it a distinguished flavor because it's an aged tequila. And then, you know, I think our other signature margarita would be our 3 chili margarita. We use a blend of chilies to give it a little bit of heat, which is certainly unique in that respect.
The restaurant blends a vibrant setting with a passion for hospitality to help people see a whole new side of Mexican food.
You know, we're just excited to be a part of the community, and we want them to feel like they just had a great experience relaxing with their friends and family, and you know, really that they didn't have to lift a finger. We did all the work and really anticipated, you know, every need that they were looking for. And they can find out about our other locations at felizrestaurants.com.
That's it for today's short drive. I'm Rachel Riley for the Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board. And remember, you can always find out more about things to do right here in Montgomery County at valleyforge.org.
We're here at the Spring Haven Club with Philadelphia PGA partner Rothman Institute to discuss some common golf-related injuries and some tips for how you can prevent them. Here to help us deliver these tips are PGA professional Ben Debski and Rothman Institute sports medicine surgeon Donald Mazer.
Thanks, Leela. Welcome back to the Spring Haven Club. My name is Ben Debski. I'm here with Dr. Donald Mazer of the Rothman Institute. We're here to talk about some common trends in junior golf. The Spring Haven Club has a thriving junior golf program that's growing. And Doc, what kind of trends are you seeing today with junior golfers in general?
Well, in sports in general, there is a big push for specialization at a young age. At the Rothman Institute, we've looked at this, we've done research, and there's an increasing frequency of overuse injuries in young athletes that specialize. And from our research, we recommend that young athletes become well-balanced, pay attention to their nutrition, their fitness, but also they need a time of rest to avoid these injuries.
That's our advice for today. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Ben Debski from Spring Haven. And coming up next, it's Teed Off. Our panel gets to unload a little bit. They'll be spouting off. That's next on Inside Golf. We are. And it sounds like you have spouted off about this. I love it. I love it. We could just talk about that for the next 5 minutes.
Just being my own segment.
And welcome back. Inside Golf continues with our Teed Off panel. Today we're at Bluestone Country Club in Bluebell, Pennsylvania. For more info on everything it has to offer, maybe you go to their website. It's bluestonecc.com. Bob Shepard's back. Bob, longtime PGA professional and author, the whole 9 yards. Good to see you again,
Good
Shep.
to see you, Harry. Thanks for inviting.
The vice president of the Golf Association of Philadelphia is Oscar Mestri. He's a longtime member at Overbrook, great player. He's always running from our Teed Off tapings to some golf event. So it's time to wish you again good luck and play well and all that stuff. But good to see you, Oscar.
Thank you, Harry. Great to see you.
And the executive director of the Golf Association of Philadelphia, and also a multiple contributor to Inside Golf, Mark Peterson.
Thank you,
A
Harry.
few weeks ago, guys, we did here on Teed Off a topic called Spout Off, and I kind of stole the title from a newspaper down, if you go to the Jersey Shore, Cape May County, the Cape May Herald. It's a weekly, and every week, probably their most read segment or whatever column in the newspaper is Spout Off, where people, you know, have maybe 150 words to get off their chest, something that's bugging them. So I thought, hey, maybe that's a good topic for Teed Off. Well, we got a lot of responses from people. Most notably, a gentleman by the name of Lou Barone personally sent an email to us saying, hey, we loved your Spout Off, and here's mine. Okay, I won't go into detail what Lou had to say, but Lou, we thank you for your contribution and your viewership. I'm going to start with you, Mark. You must have something you want to get off your chest regarding the game of golf.
Well, you know, Harry, you put me in a tough spot, you know, when you talk about overactive board members, and I got Oscar right here. No, kidding.
He could be a pain at those meetings, can't he?
I think I talked to him 6 times last week. No, honestly, I think for me, I always go back to an article that was written in a superintendent's publication, Unattainable Perfection. You know, we talk about cost of golf, cost of golf, cost of golf, but you know what? I need my greens and my rough and my golf course to be perfect. There's got to be a balance, people. We cannot have perfect conditions day in and day out and expect it to be cheap. It's just not going to happen. So let's pick a side. We can deal with a couple blemishes, we can deal with a couple bumps, or we're going to have to pay more money. It's one way or another.
Sounds like you've had this conversation before, huh? You're well versed.
I thought we were spouting off.
We are. And it sounds like you have spouted off about this. I love it. I love it. We can just talk about that for the next 5 minutes.
It'll be in my own segment.
Okay. Before I get to Oscar, let's go to Shep over there on the corner.
The one thing that's got me now, and I'm tired of it, is everyone's asking, how did Phil Mickelson get on the Ryder Cup? He's playing bad. If ever there was a chance to get rid of a guy, this was the one. And they put him in there anyhow, and it was an embarrassment. And plus, on top of it, a couple of years ago at Glen Eagles, I mean, it took the whole team to figure out a way to keep him calm for half an hour until the press got away from him. But he just fed so much nonsense, and now it was his chance to redeem himself, and he came up empty again, you know. So anyhow, I'm tired of talking about it.
I'm glad you did. Phil Mickelson fans may not appreciate it.
No, that's right.
Amy may not appreciate it.
Amy won't like me at all.
But I think you're in safe ground here.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. How about it, Oscar? What's something that bugs you, or not bugs you, but you want to just get out there?
You know, I think that you know, with our efforts in golf administration to get individuals to play the correct set of tees, I think that's important to continue to, you know, educate players to move forward to the right tee, and that it can still be fun, right? And that it can keep you in the game, keep you playing with your friends longer than too many people hanging back at the wrong tee for them. And that's not so much a spout off as it's a, you know, maybe a constructive criticism. I think that, you know, we're all fighting with our own inner demons and pride and ego, and so there's a lot of people that don't want to make that move up. Mm-hmm. But you know, I can tell you that I've got a group of friends that we move all the way up, and I have just as much fun playing from all the way up. It's different shots. It's different shot values for me, and I know for them it's more comfortable, and so I think that's something we need to continue to educate and encourage in the game of golf.
Yeah, old habits are tough to break for lot of people, whether it's golf or anything in life, and tee boxes. And today there's so many options now, you know,
Absolutely.
especially among newer courses. I mean, architects put in there, you know, 4 or 5, maybe 6 tee boxes
Correct.
on each hole. So it's not like you don't have your choices.
Right.
You know what one of my spout offs is going to be here? I love the Golf Channel. I love watching. I probably watch the Golf Channel as much as anybody. But one thing lately that I've really grown to flip over to another channel whenever I see it coming on are long drive competitions. For some reason, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm not a big hitter, and I don't have to compare myself to these guys or women that are out there doing it. it's just like, what is that about? What does that have to do with the game of golf? Other than, hey, okay, you can hit the ball 400 yards off a tee. Am I being overly sensitive or getting support from people like yourselves?
Well, I mean, they need to look for programming, right? And there's only so much
content
that
has
they
a lot
can
to do
So
with it.
content has a lot to do with it. And I think there's a lot of people that love the mantra, drive for show, right? So not a lot of short putting segments on those golf channels. You know, who can make the 4-footer, right?
That's a new content idea.
Exactly.
Maybe we should come up
Next
with
on
that.
Inside.
Right. But you know, the other thing, Oscar, you know, I see these guys, and I try not to, but if I see a promo for it or something, I'm like, well, why am I watching you there instead of playing in the U.S. Open or playing on the PGA Tour or whatever? You know what I mean? A lot of those fellas, women, that's it. They're one-dimensional when it comes to the game.
They're probably one-trick ponies, right? Kind of is what comes to mind. I think that part of it is, so, you know, we're also on the golf administration side and growing the game. Now, I think there's a thought behind it that, you know, it will bring more eyes. Maybe it'll bring more people to get started into the game. And maybe that's their first foray into it. And maybe, hopefully, from there they can... I mean, I try to take an open view of it, but I
Do you sit and watch it, though?
No.
Okay.
Or I watch very little of it. I watch a couple shots, and then, first of all, my back starts hurting after.
Exactly. Like, how did he do that? How about you? Now, Shep, when you played,
right?
You know, you were playing with persimmon clubs. You didn't have, you know, the big things they have out there today, and you hit it pretty far. But, I mean, as someone who has been there and, you know, could hit it far, do you have any interest in watching it?
No, not at all. I don't. I can't. I don't even like today's golf courses when they get hitting 8 irons, 230 yards. It takes a lot.
That's a whole other topic, but
yeah,
I hear
it
you.
is. But it's another spout out or whatever they call it. The problem is that today they're always, like you're saying, they need airtime. They need something fresh each week or every month to get out there, and that's a sensitive place. It's like cage boxing, you know. I mean, it's senseless, but there you go. There's another
senseless, but very, very popular.
Popular as heck, and maybe they're trying to draw that into golf with a long tee ball. I don't know, but no, the tee balls I think can discourage more golf than they can encourage. Really,
Yeah.
it's not a blessing to the game at all. There's supposed to be a lot of talent in golf, which maybe is not as important in other sports as golf, but golf is a talent game, and it's not a strength game. It's a skill game. It's supposed to be
finesse.
Finesse, yeah.
Well, and that's the other thing, and it's probably, we're running a little late in this segment to bring it up perhaps, but the whole thing is golf a field game or an analytics game, a technical game, you know, with launch monitors and this and that. I mean, they're not going away.
No.
They're here to stay.
Yep.
It's just a matter of taste, and I guess among a certain generation of golfers, this is how they're going to learn the game, right?
Yeah.
It's like I say, it's
But it
here
works
to
on a
stay.
multitude of ways. I mean, look at DeChambeau, and then you've got your field players of days ago. So you can be successful doing it both ways.
Right, right. Are you, do you have your launch monitor on your
I do not.
cell phone?
I do not.
You don't want to see yourself
I don't want to see
swing?
those numbers. That really discourage me.
You're an honest guy. He's not that bad a board member. What's the matter with you? Huh? Thank you,
Thought we were
Oscar.
spouting off.
Yeah, full disclosure, folks. All right, thank you, gentlemen, and we'll be back. More of Inside Golf coming up.
Located in Bluebell, just a short drive from Plymouth Meeting, Bluestone Country Club offers a setting that's close at hand but feels like a world away. Bluestone offers a championship caliber golf course, practice facilities including a large driving range, separate chipping and putting areas, and a staff of PGA professionals. At the Country House at Bluestone, you'll find excellent food, superb service, and an outstanding setting. Their expert staff will assist in planning your next event, whether it's a wedding or simply a luncheon, dinner, or cocktail party. Check out Bluestone's variety of membership options. Much more than a golf course, Bluestone is a community.
Everyone is looking for something. Consistency. Quality. Peace of mind. Found. The Haverford Trust Company.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. Our thanks to the folks that did the cleanup work at Walnut Lane. Bill Hyman, kudos to you and everything you do with the First Tee program of Philadelphia. And I hope you like that menu at Cantina Feliz in Fort Washington. Now, coming up on a future show here on Inside Golf. You know, a few weeks ago, we talked about a Mount Rushmore of great amateur golfers in the Philadelphia area. We turned back the book and kind of looked at historically who some of those names were. A couple we failed to mention, Helen Siegel Wilson and Dorothy Porter. But we're going to talk about them in a future edition of Inside Golf. I think you're going to love it. I'm Harry Donahue. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, don't pick up. See you next time on Inside Golf.
Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 54 courses, 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee of Philadelphia. The First Tee helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit thefirstteephiladelphia.org. By the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life. And by Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. By the Haverford Trust Company, quality is in our DNA. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf. Take time to thank your local PGA golf professional.